People enjoy lying to themselves.
You ain't never lied. People enjoy lying to themselves. Y'all, I have to walk back. He's not lying. We do. We enjoy lying to ourselves. And I've stopped trying to make things into something that they're not. If a man tells me he don't want a relationship from the jump, if a man tells me he don't want to be married from the jump, if a man tells me he don't like this, that, okay. Who am I to try to convince you otherwise? What's up, family? It's your girl, Samantha Lee. And y'all, I'm excited to do this next piece of content. I saw this floating about in the Instagram space, and it's from some of my favorite people. Tonight's Conversation podcast. Shout out to them. At Ace Metaphor and the crew. So anyway, this was a very interesting video from one of their live shows, and I wanted to kind of uncover it here. And it's not going to be pretty. Some people may be upset, so buckle your seatbelts. Because this is it's gonna be something. It's gonna be a breaking news announcement. It's gonna be a PSA. It's gonna be a little spicy. It's in my spirit. It's in my spirit. So anyway, before we get into the content that I'm so excited to talk about, I want to go ahead and tell you guys that number one, if you like the content I put out there, if you enjoy the shows and different things that I'm doing, go ahead and please join our fast-growing Game Changer Nation. We have been blessed. We have seen our growth go crazy this last year, and I'm believing for it to continue to grow crazy. When I say grow crazy, I mean we've grown 300 and almost 50,000 in a year. I don't know when y'all are watching this, but 350,000 in a year is quite a situation. Okay. And so I'm very, very blessed. I'm very thankful. And I would love for you guys to be a part of this fast growing family. And also while you're at it, hit the notification bell. I'm going live. I'm putting out content all throughout the week. And I don't want you guys to miss anything. And the best way to do that is to hit that notification bell. All of that being said, let's get into the video, the content that we have for today. Your girl's gonna pause and go back and forth because I just want you guys to get all of my thoughts as I download in front of you guys. Okay? So here we go. Let me go ahead and add it to the stage. Y'all like my hair? The girl got her hair done yesterday, girl. Y'all, it's still popping. So I had to do it for you guys. I had to do it for my family now. I had to. All right.
Their feelings are involved now. It becomes a problem. Now they want you to feel the way that they feel, but at the beginning we made it clear that ain't
Me crazy. Person who fell in love.
Here's where we're gonna start. Okay. So first things first, he's saying that listen, in the beginning, I said I ain't want no relationship. You said you was cool with that. Now the feelings done gotten involved because we've been doing this for a while. And now you're not okay with the situation. And so, you know, who's at fault here? Is it my fault? Because we've been rocking and rolling and my stance haven't changed. But the person that I've been dealing with, they stance has changed. Who's at fault? Who's wrong? And a young lady on the tonight's conversation said, it's because you effed me crazy. No. I'm sorry, y'all. We make so much out of sex. It bothers me. It really does. Like, I'm not going to leave or stay for that. That's just not something. I don't know if that's just me. Maybe I'm the only one who thinks like this, but I don't think I am. That's a very superficial thing. There's people to be like, oh, why he's so crazy over her? Like, she must have really put it down on him. What? Is that what you think? Maybe it was just the nature of the connection that they had. Maybe it was deep. Maybe he got comfortable. Maybe it has nothing to do with sexuality at all. Why do we make everything so, like, why do we make it everything about that? It's not, yes, does it connect us? Yes. Can it be good or bad? Absolutely. It can be either one of those things, but it is not everything. It's not. And if we make it everything, that's where we messing up. If I'm being real, because we're making it about how we look in our sexual performance, and we're missing a whole lot of other aspects of things that are important to make a relationship work outside of the superficial. Money, sex, physical appearance. That's some superficial stuff. Oh, I'm sorry, status. Those can be here today, gone tomorrow. We are digging our holes. Our wells, our cisterns are broken. The Bible says, y'all, sorry, I didn't even mean to go Bible, but y'all know me. It just kind of comes out and I can't control it. The Bible says we put our water in broken cisterns that were never meant to hold water. Why? Because they do not last. Our physical appearance, the money that we make, the status that we have, those things may or may not last. Actually, they won't last, because one day we will not be here on this planet. And so for me, when I see people making so much of something that is so, is it important to have chemistry? Yeah, I'm not going to deny that. Absolutely. But is it everything? No. If someone was to say, I'm going to marry this person because they look good and they great in bed, I'd be like, you're dumb. That's unwise. What else do they bring to the table besides looking good and being good in the bedroom?
Fell in love is definitely at fault. And the reason is, and all that, we gonna keep it real up here today. We gonna keep it real.
Come on, shout out to my boy Crew Season. Come on, Crew Season with the 1-2. Trill AC is in the building. Go ahead, tell him what it is. Tell him what it is. So he's saying, no, the person who's at fault was the person who fell in love. Let's go.
People enjoy lying to themselves.
You ain't never lied. People enjoy lying to themselves. Y'all, that I have to walk back. He's not lying. We do. We enjoy lying to ourselves. And I've stopped trying to make things into something that they're not. If a man tells me he don't want a relationship from the jump, if a man tells me he don't want to be married from the jump, if a man tells me he don't like this, that, okay. Who am I to try to convince you otherwise? That is not in my job description. I'm not going to do that. Oh, I have to convince you, no. I'm sorry. Why don't we just believe people when they tell us who they are? Why? Why don't we believe people when they tell us who they are and what they want? Why do we say, okay, challenge? I'm going to go into this. I'm going to put all my effort into changing your mind.
To keep somebody that I really like and I knew I liked right from the top of the relationship close to me. And that's the problem. You knew that if I kept it G and said, you know what, I really like you and I might fall for you, that was going to push you away.
Facts. I know women and men do this. Shoot, I've done this. what we saying? I've done this. I have absolutely done this. And y'all, I'm mad at myself. I am like, y'all, can I tell y'all a story? I'm going to tell y'all a story. There was a situation where it was like getting back with someone that was an ex of mine. And he told me from the jump, he don't know if he want a relationship. He didn't know this, that, and the third. Y'all, this is a while ago. This is not, so let's not, please, don't make conclusions. This is a while ago. All right? Please. So anyway, He tells me that he don't want a relationship. He told me that from day .1. In my mind, I'm like, oh, well, maybe maybe it's my stuff. Maybe I just need to be better, do better, and maybe he'll change his mind. So for a while, yeah, I allowed him to not allowed him, but I stayed in the situation while he did whatever he was doing in hopes that he would change his mind one day. Knowing that I would, you've been with somebody before, you're going to catch feelings quicker. You already know that this could potentially turn into something. Well, I ended up breaking my own heart. We did end up getting into a relationship, but he cheated on me. And a lot of that was me wanting this, forcing this thing to fit that did not fit. And being with this person, and you're spending time, you're spending energy, and I can only speak for me as my own heart. I fall for people. Like if I'm spending time with you, I'm quality time, and we're talking, we're texting, we're calling each other. Like if we're acting like we're in a relationship, at some point, I am going to grow attached. And I mean, we did end up getting into a relationship. We ended up not sticking with his bottom line of not wanting one. He ended up being in one. But it was a situation where at the end, I'm like, dang, that was really dumb. Because this is not a person that was already telling me that not what I'm saying, Sam, where's the words? It's like I have the words and they're just not coming out. He was already telling me where he was. He was already being honest with me. And because of how I felt, I stayed around. I continued to spend time with him, knowing that he was not necessarily open for anything. And he was not open for anything for a period of time. I wasn't there for years or nothing, but I was there for some months, spending time with him until, he decided that he was ready. And it wasn't even no romantic, I'm ready. He called me up, he said, I'm ready to be in a relationship. Like, they wouldn't even know, nothing. It was just like, I'm ready. We together. And we was together. And then, he cheated. I ended up finding out. But long story short, it was just one of those things where it's like, you know what? I should have listened to you. You weren't ready. And I thought over time, like me being here you would want this too, the way that I want this. But no, I should have listened to you. And I think that that's a lesson that I'm very passionate about now, is like not forcing things to fit. If someone says that they don't want something that you want, don't try to delude yourself into believing that with time and energy and antics, this person's going to be who you want them to be. Believe them. Like, accept their word for who they are and where they are. Don't try to make it into something else. And that's what we do. So, yeah, I was at fault. And I have to own that. He's not at fault. He told me what it was. He was being honest with me. Me deciding to stick around is on me. I don't know why we have this thing. Well, it's his fault because why did he keep messing with me? Well, he told you the truth. You decided to stick around. Why is he at fault for your decision to try to change his mind? That was you. You and you had a conversation about that. You ain't involved nobody else in that.
Because that ain't what you wanted. So what am I going to say? I'm going to say, okay, you don't want a relationship? I don't either. And then hoping that's going to keep you close to me and hoping that eventually you're going to develop the same feelings I got. And then when that person who stand on their word that they said at the top of the relationship, I don't want to be with you catching feelings has nothing to do with that person being right or wrong. You lie.
Wow. That got pretty heated at the end. But the reality of it is, he's right. He stood on his word. He said, listen, I don't want a relationship. This has been fun. Doesn't mean I don't like you, but sometimes we do have to receive when someone doesn't like you enough to be with you. And that doesn't necessarily mean there's an inadequacy with you. It just means that maybe wherever they are mentally, they're not ready to settle down, and that's okay. Like, I think we make a lot of what someone else is dealing with or whatever what's going on, we make it about us. And sometimes it's not about us. Sometimes it's about what they're dealing with internally. And because we take it as a personal rejection or a personal slight when they decide that they don't want what you want, we end up reacting like, why don't you want me? Why can't you just drop everything that you got going on and be with me? And it's like, maybe it's not just about that. Maybe they're just not ready. And maybe you're forcing something to fit that just doesn't fit. Maybe you just have to take people for their word and let them go on about your business before you invest more time, more energy, which means you're going to be more attached into someone and something that wasn't meant to be. And a lot of times when we try to make things happen on our own time, like that's why I'm against ultimatums. I don't believe that works. I mean, I've seen it work sometimes. I'm not going to say it never works, but I don't think that to me, if someone doesn't choose that off of their own will, if that's not what they desire, well, then I have to take that as my answer. Right? And that's how I've always looked at it. But I thought this was a very interesting clip because we've seen a lot of situationships and a lot of people saying that they don't want relationships just because the other person that they want doesn't want it. And so they justify, oh, well, I don't really want a relationship. Well, no, you do. You do want a relationship. You just want him. You just want him. So he don't want it. You don't want it. It's like, you got to be real with yourself at some point. Sometimes we think that this is the person and it's not the person. God has got somebody that absolutely meets your entire criteria. And you so focused on that particular person who ain't ready. They don't want it. Okay. And that's where I'm at now, y'all. That's where you want to be on. That's where I'm at now. I'm not in the business of trying to convince anyone or, like if you're saying certain things in the first few conversations and we're not aligned about what we want and our value system and things like that, well then, okay. All right. Well, have a great life, beloved. It's like, I'm not going to tap dance. No. But that's just where I am at personally. And I think it's brought about really good people in my life. And that for that, I am grateful. Maybe I believe, and this is my last thing I'm going to say, I believe that God tests us in our no's. We get opportunities all the time, right? There's doors that open and things like that. But I think God tests our ability to say no to what is not for us. I really believe that. My pastor said that, and it resonates with me because sometimes we just say yes to things because it's the best thing right now. And we don't think about, okay, long term, we don't know what's around the corner. We don't know who we're going to be in 5 years. And so we say yes to this thing and try to make this thing work, not realizing that maybe, a couple months later, you would have found somebody that was 100% ready for what you ready for and was on the same page mentally with you, and y'all would have had this crazy connection. Like, you have no idea what life will bring. I've had no idea what life will bring my way. But sometimes it requires a bit of faith to not hold on to the thing that you think makes the most sense right now and let that go for what will make sense at the right time, God's time. All right, family. I love that clip. I really did. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, and comment below what you would like to see me talk about in the future. I love y'all. See you guys soon. Hey guys, thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you guys. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button, y'all. Let's not just be every once in a while. Let's become family, okay? Friends that are family. Okay, join my family today.